Good evening, all of you. Good evening, Aryan. Good evening, Ayonija.
Good evening, ma'am.
Great to have you here. How are you, Aryan?
Fine, ma'am.
I was talking to Aryan. Aryan, are you there? We will wait for 1 more minute and then we will begin.
Ma'am, you live in Hyderabad, right?
I am from Lucknow. I'm sorry you did not know. Okay.
No,
So I am basically based in Lucknow from Uttar Pradesh.
Lucknow has a very good cuisine over there.
Ma'am, you are also from Lucknow.
Yeah, I'm from Lucknow. You're from.
Actually, my mother also belongs from Lucknow.
Wow, that's great.
Good evening, ma'am.
The cuisine here is, of course, world famous, and but I think there is a clash between the Halim of Lucknow and the Halim of Hyderabad. So people say Hyderabad make better Halim. So I don't know. Okay.
Halim's my favorite meal. Yes.
When I like Halim, and I think Hyderabad makes very nice, very tasty Halim. Okay.
You can't judge if you haven't tried the other one.
Okay. It is quite heavy, but people have a lot in during, especially during Ramzan, they have a lot of heavy diets. Hi, Subhansh.
Good evening, ma'am.
Good evening. Good evening. Great to have you here.
This is kind of one of the best things about Ramzan. The
Yeah.
Halim.
The more it is about not eating, the more people focus on eating, right? People during Ramadan, it is the thing is that you have to sacrifice your food and all that, but people focus more on food. Even as soon as they wake up, they'll start saying what to do for it. What are you going to have for iftar? I want to have this. Someone want to have this and this and that. What to drink? What to eat? What to snack? What to munch? If the entire menu is only about eating, it is less about prayer and more about eating.
Good evening,
So,
ma'am.
good evening, Aryan.
Ma'am, I live in Hyderabad, ma'am. There I eat Alim.
Very good, very good. Halim is very nice. Especially I like the fried onions they put on top.
Yes, ma'am.
Hi, Jagan.
Ma'am, this Mediterranean cuisine itself is very good.
Right.
Especially they say Lucknow biryani. Is it really
Yes.
that good?
Lucknow
Or
kebab is also very famous. Lucknow's
yes, ma'am.
kebab and Lucknow biryani, yes, it is nice. But even Delhi makes good cuisine in biryani and all that. But of course, I think Lucknow is good. I like there is a different style of biryani all over India. And can you tell me what is the origin of what is the origin of biryani?
Ma'am,
Where did
Iran.
biryani come from? Iran.
Iran.
Very nice. Very,
Yeah,
very, very true. Very true. It came from Iran. And every state have their own version of biryani. If you go from Lucknow, you go to Delhi, you will find a different version of biryani. And if you go from, I have also eaten in Mumbai, so there also biryani is different. But I like Hyderabadi dum biryani. It is very nice and it is eaten all over in Lucknow.
Ma'am,
oh,
the fact,
really?
Hyderabadi dum biryani, very nice.
Hyderabad is best. Ma'am.
Yeah.
ma'am, the
Sort
fact
of.
is that I lived in Chennai, ma'am. Ma'am,
Okay.
there that biryani, no, ma'am. For small amount, it will be like very costly, ma'am. The same amount in Hyderabad, very cheap.
Mhm. Because I think
Ma'am,
most of the population eat biryani. I think that is the reason.
and
It
they
is kind
have
of
a
a
very softer rice rather than basmati. So it's kind of very minuscule amount of like this much grain and more of, pulao kind of style. If you go Andhra Pradesh, just pulao. You don't get to eat
It
actual
is for
things.
biryani. Even let me tell you, even what you don't say, Lucknow is not making biryani. Lucknow is also making pulao. So it
Sorry.
is kind of a pulao. Yeah.
Like biryani has some other taste than pulao. I don't know what's differentiating between them, but it's just so different.
Ma'am, Hyderabad is that mandi, ma'am.
Okay.
That
Yeah. They make mandi. I think mandi is an origin of from the Middle East, right?
yes, ma'am,
Yes, ma'am.
Yemen.
Yeah. Even we have certain outlets here for that. They serve mandi here.
Too many mandis over here, man. Haven't tried one, but too many of them. You
And
go
also
everywhere
they,
just like mandi.
I see.
Abhinav, where are you from?
Chandanagar, DHA.
Acha, you are also Hyderabad.
Yeah.
Your name
Where are you?
suggested you are a Malayali.
So good.
I am a Telugu. I am a Telugu. My family is a Telugu family, but I was born in Bangalore, so it's a big city. Not connected to Malayalam.
Hi, Sriram.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. How are you?
Fine, ma'am.
Good. So we'll begin our class now. We are going to do communication. We are going to have a speaking class, like we are doing speaking. Of course, what you know about communication, it is just like we are doing just now. We were speaking to each other, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Anybody of you who is shy or who's not comfortable in speaking in a group or something? Anyone?
I am sort of.
Good. But let me tell you, when we are going to start, we are first of all, we are going to talk about communication. So, like you see the word, it is a Latin word, okay, and the Latin word is communicare, C-U-R-E. Okay, from here we have communication. Now, what do you mean by communication? I'm going to give you a definition. I think it is there in the textbook here that we have. We don't have to learn it, but I'm just going to tell you about it. It is not here. Communication is the sharing of information between two or more individuals or within the group to reach a common understanding. Okay, now the word communication comes from the Latin word communicare, meaning to share. Okay, you don't have to utter, this is just for your information. What is the importance of communication? Anybody can tell me what will happen if we are not able to communicate?
No exchange
We
of
will not
ideas,
be
like
able
no
to
people.
share our feelings, our inner thoughts.
Right. Whatever we want to say. So what is the like if I have anything to say, how do I know that what do you want to know? How do I tell anybody what I am feeling? It is only when you have a when you are able to communicate with somebody. Okay. So uh, okay. So let me tell you, yeah, in detail about communication. So if I am like we are talking to each other. In case I have some hooting or I have some crowd disturbance in the back, I am going to have difficulty in communicating, right? So do you understand about that? What are the necessities? What are the necessities? What is necessary? There are certain elements that are necessary when we are communicating with anybody. What is it? Can anybody tell me? What
Ma'am,
person is talking?
surroundings.
Yeah. The
Students.
surrounding, our surrounding. Yes.
And do people who we talk to matter? Like the society or the
Ma'am, we have to be confident in
friends?
what we speak.
Yeah. No, there should be no what said conference.
Ma'am, confidence in what we speak.
Confidence. Yeah. Confidence in what we want to speak. Right. What are the? What is the third thing?
Ma'am, does society matter? Like the people who
Ma'am,
we
clarity.
are talking to?
Clarity.
Ma'am, body language.
Yeah. If you're physically appearing to somebody, so people are about to see you, then of course body language is a very important factor. And and
Facial expressions.
huh?
Facial expressions.
Yeah, facial expression is a part of. We will go into detail about body language. Okay, facial expression is about is a part of body language.
Ma'am, and also eye contact comes under body language.
What?
Ma'am, eye contact.
Eye contact. Yeah, this is also in eye contact is very important. This will also we will learn in body language. And our handshake. Whenever you're meeting somebody, your handshake is very important. What is the energy, your entire body energy? Whenever you shake a person's hand, you are trying kind of transferring your energy to other person. And if it is a very slow and a very meek and a handshake, the person gets the same message, right? So especially for the boys, I'm telling your handshake is very important, right? And mostly because we are Indians, the girls they do not handshake. They can just bow down a little bit and or do a namaste. Okay. And what is important in communication?
Ma'am, vocabulary.
Vocabulary. Yes. If we are going to use good vocabulary, of course, it is going to be very effective speaking over there. And for that, even if you are somebody who said clarity, clarity is the is a very important element when you are delivering your message to somebody. The person who you're talking to, who you're delivering your message to, must know what you are trying to say. In case we are talking in a say in a double language, right? The like what is tell me about the rose, right? If I say tell me about the rose, rose it can be a flower. Rose could be a product name also. It could maybe I am selling a product that is maybe it's a soap that's name whose name is Rose. So you are not clear. The person who is getting the message is not clear what you're talking about. What is Rose? So if I say, tell me about the rule, so I have to, whenever you talk to somebody, like you have to first give a small brief about what is the topic that you want to talk about, right? Hello everybody, I'm here to talk about noise pollution. And so if I want the industries to be removed from the residential areas, I have to first talk about noise pollution, and I have to first talk about air pollution. I have to first talk about health hazards, right? And then I will do a suggestion. Okay. So this is the way in you, when you are going to be clear on what your message you're giving. And of course, to vocabulary is a decoration kind of thing. You are decorating your speech. Body language is very, very important. We will talk in details about all the body language. Confidence, yes, of course, you should know what you are trying to say. You are, you can say, whenever you're talking about, whenever you're giving a message, you are the person who is the leader. It is your speech, it is your message, you are the delivering person, and you are the leader of it. So you should have command over it. You should have the power over it, right? Surrounding, yes, surrounding your, whenever you're sitting, you should be in a comfortable place. Your surrounding should be your connection with the person. In case I am connecting with you like through a Wi-Fi, so my connection should be good. I should have a very nice mic, right? And there should be no breaking, there should be no noise distracting, and I should speak very clearly. Every word should be understood by you. It is not that I should, it is never that. Many people are under the impression that I should speak in an accent, right? Indians use a neutral accent. Okay, we don't use American accent, we don't use British accent. We are Indians and we have an Indian accent that is often a neutral accent, right? And it is because of this accent that Indians are capturing the world market, right? So it is this accent of us. Our words and our message should be understood very well. It should not be misunderstood. Of course, we should pronounce everything, all the words according to the pronunciation rules, but you don't have to use an accent. I will not suggest you to use an accent, or not now, until if you are going to Britain, if you are going to Europe, if you are going to America, of course you can easily develop the accent when you if you want to go there. But as an Indian, if you want to deliver a message being an Indian, you should use the pronunciation well, and you can always go for the neutral Indian language, Indian accent. Okay, so let me tell you about the channels. Okay, the channels of speaking. So first of all, we have, let us talk about channel and medium. Okay, so let's put this in a box. Okay, okay, now we have the phase one. Okay, and this is sender has an idea. Okay, when we begin, we should have an idea. Now comes the phase two. Sender encodes the idea. Okay, it could be any idea. You may be you may be selling a product. You can say roses. Okay, you have to sell a bouquet of roses to so you first you have an idea, and then you encode that idea. You make a product presentation, or you can say a pamphlet, you can design a flyer, anything. Okay, now the third phase, the sender transmits the message. Okay, now this is all about the sender's end. Okay, you have an idea, you put it on and you can say an email, or you can write a message, or you can design a poster or anything, and then you transmit the message. Now we comes the phase 4. Okay, the receiver gets your message. Okay, and then comes the phase 5. Receiver sends feedback. Okay, so these are the channels and mediums. Okay, the phase 1, sender has an idea, he encodes his idea, he transmits his message. Okay, and then comes the phase 4, the receiver gets the message, the receiver decodes the message, and then he sends his feedback. Where he sends back to the sender. Okay, if you all want to take notes, just take the notes of this. And then we will talk about effective communication. Okay,
Yes.
now first of all, for effective communication, let us talk about effective communication. Okay, number 1, building trust. Why should somebody listen to you? Yeah, somebody must need to talk to you. You cannot just get up and start talking to anybody. Somebody has to be ready to you should build their trust. The audience should trust you. You should trust that this teacher is teaching, she's teaching right. Okay, she is the person with knowledge, she is the person who is going to be speaking right, and I should be listening to it. So building trust with your audience. Okay, second is promoting teamwork. among employees, you can say, or you can say colleague. If I give you a project, okay, together you have to write an advertisement for selling a bouquet of rose. Okay, so if you have, there are 3 people in a team, right? So each person should be allotted a, you can say, you talk about, one person talk about why one should buy us a flower, another person should say how should we design the poster, third person you do the marketing, find the people who we can sell to, right? Find how do we market this bouquet, how do we talk about. So if you're going, if a person is having a team, it is easier when you divide your work. So for this also we need, this is an effective way of communication. Okay, now third is receiving and producing messages. Okay, so we are receiving messages, and also we have to produce messages. We have to produce the message that we have to communicate to others with. It could be in an emailing campaign, it could be you can say a workshop, it could be even if somebody, like you must have attended a many workshops. It is never a one single person work. It is always a teamwork. Always there were more than one person who is involved in making this communication effective. Okay, now more another, the fourth part of effective communication is issuing instructions. To subordinates. Okay, right? Until and unless your subordinate or the person who is working below you, you are not able to tell them what you want from them, right? If you are asking them, if you are the one who is going to be presenting this, you can say the campaign for roses bouquet, right? So until and unless you are not able to, tell your subordinate, I want a good poster for a bouquet of rose. If you just say, do one thing, make a poster. He does not know whatever poster you want, right? He does not know what you're asking for. So your instruction is, that is the communication that has to be very, you can say, very effective. It should be very clear what you want to tell, what the message you want to give. Okay. Now, of course, we have to effective communication, providing suggestions, for improvements, right? So whenever there is a meeting, you can say, like when there is when everybody is sitting together, you can say in a corporate, whenever there's a meeting, okay, now there is a boss, there is a manager, there is a CEO, and there are the other staff members. Okay, there should always be room for providing a good room for, there should always be room for improvements. You know, how can a person improve if somebody is there? Everybody, nobody is perfect, right? So you should always provide. So this is a very effective communication in providing suggestions for improvement. It is not that a person who is at a lower post, he cannot suggest something to the CEO. He has a suggestion. He should speak his community. Should not keep until and unless you are not opening up, you are not able to communicate. You are not able to put out your ideas. Okay. So okay, now the last and the least, okay, not the least, is improving business opportunities. sorry, business operations. How should the business be done, right? No, 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 no. This is not the. This is not what you have to talk about, right? You have to. You have to communicate in a better way, and you have can suggest in your among your colleagues like this is not the way that we have to tell. In case I give you a debate, right? There are two groups, and you are there in a debate. In case I tell you, should there be uniforms in the colleges? Or should there not be uniforms in the colleges? Okay. Now, if you among your team members, you have certain you have certain you can say ideas, right? But always if you are putting up your ideas, if you are putting it down, you can say if you are communicating with each other, always there is going to be an improving way on your business operations. I should give you suggestions, you should do the talking, you should do the presentation, one should do the writing, one should do this and one should do that. The work should be divided. Okay. So do you all understand?
Yes, ma'am.
What is the goal for an effective communication? Is this helpful to you? We spoke about the environment. Okay, for now we spoke how a corporate works. Okay, how communication is made, and then we spoke what are the elements, or what are the, you can say, what is the necessities of starting a communication. We should take good when how is the communication starting. Now we are speaking about what is effective communication in a corporate. Okay, so if I give you a topic, is there anything that you can tell me you want to talk about? Okay, let me tell you one more thing. Communication is of two types. Okay, there is formal, and then there is informal. Anybody can give me a formal topic or informal topic, anything that we can communicate it with.
Informal topic is like employer talking to his boss.
Employer, okay, employee talking to his boss, to boss. You can say boss, or can say his CEO or his manager, right? And any, okay, this is okay. Okay, now we have medium of communication. What is the medium of communication? We have written, and we have oral, or you can say verbal. Give me an example of written communication.
Letter.
Letter. Who writes letter these days?
Email.
Email.
Monologues in on
Message.
interviews.
We have documentation.
Posters.
Posters.
Presentations.
Yeah, presentation. And verbal or oral.
Messages.
Message, voice messages, huh? And we have speeches.
Monologues.
Sorry.
Monologue.
And okay, nobody gave me an example of informal communication.
Any
Yeah.
discussion other than business information?
It could be a discussion among family.
Discussion with friends.
Yeah, it could be conversation among family and friends. And
Ma'am, conversation between student and teacher will come in formal.
yeah, between teacher and student. Yeah, there are certain things you cannot freely talk about with your teacher. You cannot even, there are certain things you cannot, and you can also say between, yeah, employee and boss is there. And then also you can say among the judiciary system. Yeah, you have to be formal. Okay, you cannot sit and crack jokes in court, right? And you can also be, there can also be conference meeting, or you can say corporate meetings. These are all formal meetings. And informal meetings for are among family and friends, relatives, or you can say it could be also among you can say among colleagues also. But of course there is a limitation on how much you can talk about among your colleagues also. Yeah, so this is in your text you can say communication elements are there. The sender sends a message giving and asking for information. Sorry, the communication process starts with the sender sends a message. Channel or path such as the phone or face-to-face is used to transfer the message. It is received. The message is received by the receiver and the receiver replies to the sender. Okay, so these are the elements of the communication. Factors affecting the perspectives. Yeah. This is what we were talking about language. Okay, we should not be using incorrect words, okay, or unfamiliar language. We should, in case we are very good in vocabulary, okay, and I have to sell, you can say I have to sell a product. You can say I am selling a mobile to someone who stays in a small town or who is not good in English. Okay, he is speaking Telugu or he is speaking Marathi, right? Now here, what should I be doing? Should I show him my vocabulary? There is no point in it, because our point here in delivering the communication is not in showing how good English I am speaking. My goal here is that the person who I'm talking to should understand what message I'm trying to deliver to the person, right? You understand how the factor can become a barrier? All of you understand? I'm getting no replies.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay, now visual perception, judging people or situations by how they look. For example, a man wearing torn clothes is poor. Now we understand the person is, in case we will go to a house and we see somebody who is working in there, who's watering the plants. Okay, now what are we going to be judging? We are going to be judging the person. Oh, he is the gardener. Yeah, he is the Mali Kaka. Yeah, he is why? Because he is wearing a pajama and he's just wearing an vest and he's watering the plants. So we are judging the person by the clothes he's wearing. But actually what he is the magistrate who owns the house, who holds a very important post, right? So these are this is a visual perception that can be a barrier in our judgment. Now, past experience, letting our early experience stop us from understanding or communicating clearly. For example, this shopkeeper cheated me last time. Let me be careful. Okay. So, like we always say, if you get a call, ma'am, this call is to, are you looking for a new plot to buy? Are you looking for a new house to buy? Are you looking for a new mobile to buy? We often get these types of calls. Okay. So, what happens whenever there is an unknown number, a number that is from out of your contact? What we do? Oh, this is a spam, right? So this is what, because this is for based what judgment have we made this? We have made this judgment on our past experience. So this shopkeeper had cheated me last time. So I have to be careful in calculating the price and the amount, right? Now prejudice is there. Fixed ideas such as thinking no one in my class listens to me may stop a student from communicating openly in the class. Okay, now it happens often. It happens, you may have experienced in your previous classes. Teacher will say, anybody has any doubt, you can come up and ask to me, right? And then what happens once the child she or he stands up and he say, ma'am, I did not understand the second paragraph that you said, right? So what happened, the teacher, what the teacher should be doing, she should be explaining the second paragraph again. But what she does, she says, oh, when I was telling this, what were you doing? Were you sleeping at that time? Why you did not listen then? Now what do you think, I am crazy? I'm not going to be explaining this all the time. I'm not going to you want me to explain again and again? What do you think I have of me? So what is this? Now, next time you are not going to ask the teacher the question again, right? You just keep quiet and you say, when the next time when she says, everybody understands, you say, yeah, okay. If I say I didn't understand, she will start nagging at me, right? So this is a problem. This is an example of prejudice. But with me, I'm telling you guys, you can ask me anything of the course, without of the course. Okay, I'm personally telling you this. Anytime, any hour, you can ask me anything. It could be even if it is out of my course, out of English, out of social studies, I will be there to help you. Okay, now feelings. Our feelings and emotions, such as a lack of interest or not trusting the other person, affect communication. For example, I am sad, let me not talk. It could be, see, this feeling could be out of anything. You could be, you can say, I got up on a bad day. Okay, in the morning only, when I was having my milk, moms began to scold me over something, or my dad shouted at me about anything. So now your day has started bad, right? Now, once you have a day started bad, you are already not feeling in a good, you are not in a good mood, already. So this could also affect your feelings, and your emotions could come in two ways. Okay, that could be also a barrier. Environment, noise or disturbance, like I say, in the surroundings, make communication difficult. It could be speaking while walking on road. Okay, you have the honking and you have people shouting, or you can say hooting around. Okay, now personal factors, your own feelings, habits, and ways of thinking. For example, fear, low confidence. Okay, there are many people who have this, you can say, phobia. That is, phobia is there. Phobia of public appearance, right? If I'm there in a crowd, I'm going to feel a fear. If there is a stage fear is there. So these kind of these factors are personal. Not everybody is very bold enough to get up, stand up on a dais and speak in over the crowd. So this is your personal feeling, culture. Now signs which have a different meaning in different cultures, such as showing a thumb, may mean good job for some, but it may be insulting to others. Okay. Okay. Now we say thumbs up means it is good job, right? But in here, in our culture, I think it is there in UP. उसे क्या है? ठेंगा दिखा रहा है, right? Showing me your thumb means teasing. It is there. It is there in our town area. So when we came to this internet and when we got this among our smileys, this thumbs up. So my mom and my dad said, "What is it? Thenga dikhana hai. This is not good, right? This is very insulting." Okay. So these are the barriers that I was speaking about. We will pick up a topic to talk about again. I'm going to give you, you can say there is, let me tell you, there used to be, I don't know if you've had this event in your schools or not, but there used to be a 1 minute speaking challenge used to be there. A person will give you any one word. You can say library. Now, as soon as I say library, the person in the front should start speaking at least 1 minute on library. Library is a collection of books. It is this and that and this and that. You should. This is, you can say, by doing this challenge, you're going to be confident on speaking. And one more thing I'm going to tell you. There are many people, even I was there, I was one of them. I had this fear of speaking, right? The teacher asked a question. I used to know the answer, but because I was so shy, so timid, I was scared to raise my hand. And even I knew the answer. I could write the answer in my notebook, but I will not speak it out in the class. Okay. So this fear is there. So speaking out, how did I get over it? Okay, you have to try. Okay, you have to get over it. You have to, you can say, be bold for once. You have to talk to yourself. You have to make yourself. The person is able to speak. Why shouldn't I? I should give it a try. Okay, and also there has to be support. A friend could support you. Somebody could support you. If could be a poetry recitation. In English, we used to have children coming up and a poetry recitation is there. So what I did, I'm communicating it to you. What I did, I used to go into we didn't have mobile phones then. I used to go into my bathroom. I used to stand in front of the mirror, okay, and I used to speak alone to myself, looking at me myself. I used to see my own expression. Do I like my expression? Do I like it? Do I like the gestures that I'm making? Right? So this is how you improve yourself. First, you have to be honest with yourself. Okay. Whenever you want to convey a communication, before saying anything to somebody, you have to say it to yourself. Talk to yourself. You can use a voice recording on a mobile phone, or you can, like I say, you can use that ancient method, talking to yourself in the mirror, and you can talk to yourself, and you should listen. You can listen to yourself. Listen to the accent that you're speaking to. Listen to the pronunciation that you're speaking. Listen to the tone that you're speaking. These are all very important whenever you deliver a speech, or you can say speak to anybody, right? I hope you have not slept. Was I very boring?
No, ma'am.
Right? Okay. So we will end our class now. Next class, when we take up speaking, I will need each of you to speak something with me, right? Today's starting conversation was very nice about biryani and about halim. And I'm also, let me tell you, I'm going to be having nehari for dinner today, right? A friend has
Oh,
sent me. So good night, all of you. Hope you'll have a good night.
thank you, ma'am.
Okay.
Same to you, ma'am.
Bye bye. Thank you for
Thank you,
joining
ma'am. Bye,
class.
ma'am.
Bye
Bye,
bye.
ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. Bye.
Bye bye.